Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from your host from Pearl Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda Hero, like Defender of the Fatherland, off your 2v2 on Elst, Outskirts, and Northwest. It is safety first, and A.Ban fighting here for the German army. Setting out here with the 26th Panzer Division, we got Mechanized for safety first. A.Ban though. Well, we got Terror, we got Luftwaffe, we got Coastal, but none yet picked, though Terror seems likely. In the southeast, it is Demo.Ham and Symbiosis, and yes, Terror there selected. Not much surprise. We got Indian artillery, and we got Airborne there for Symbiosis. So we are off to the races here. We got sections, rifle engineers versus pioneers, machine guns, grenadiers, and of course are getting there. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and heroic support of the Propagandacast. Keeps making all these videos possible, and a big thank you to commenting and liking on them. I've immensely with the algorithm. So, off we are here. Now the section for Demo.Ham, German forces racing out, the American forces pushing out the west side. Slow movement here on a variety of points. And he is following up in tandem here with CoH3. Skirmishing of pioneers as engineers. The engineers getting in first. The pioneers pretty much have to back off there before they get pulverized by the M3 grease guns from inside the building. Another grenadier squad there for safety first. Second MD42 for A.Ban, who of course with Terror seems to be indicating, of course, wants to go for ambush machine guns, though so far as yet to actually make a pick for them. North a bit more skirmishing. Second grenadier squad almost done there for safety first. Another raft squad there for Symbiosis. Machine gun holding up here. In fact, ordered not to open fire at all. Has actually A.Ban realized he hasn't yet picked ambush, or is there some other maneuver he's planning out that is absolutely beyond our mortal reckoning? There you go. Ordered to fire again. Maybe it's a misclick. Not possible either there. Grenadiers are one with the two sections. Safety first, unable to support them since they're pretty much cut off from the rest of the force. Of course, this quick force withdraw takes a lot of damage, no casualties. Of course, it's a good thing he took no casualties, but at the same time, with this little amount of health, they're not really going to be useful in a lot of engagements, especially not as the Brits. So, not super ideal there. Grenadiers fun happening for Asher. And more, of course, for safety first, though he's probably going to need some medics soon here for these grenadiers already. Southside machine guns surrounded here. Ruthless battle here between the Americans and the Germans. Machine guns pioneers just finding out here. Unloading ungodly amounts of lead into the Americans. They try to attack it, and he's working out here for A.Ban. Rapidly getting absolutely devastated. Got mortars for Symbiosis. Another section effort demolition, and we're going for a 4-section build. Again, will definitely struggle a bit to deal with all these sections, as it is completely and utterly known. Safety first, they're going for Panzer Grenade Company. Thumbs up, I didn't see some transfer out. Again, Crad goes down. Missing that one early on, definitely not ideal there for safety first. Not much safety first for that approach, for sure. Section rounded, though, will come by sheer numbers as safety first goes in hard here. South side. A.Ban hopefully Wrath of Demo.Ham here as he moves in with a Reiki section equipped with the Scopely Enfield. And they got there a boost to the artillery barrages and a good artillery there for Demo.Ham. Both our players going for Panzer Grenade Company, even A.Ban there is going for it. And of course, one thing he could do, actually safety first, would be to transfer out the low health grenadiers for Panzer Grenadiers. That is actually a move you can do there. That way you don't say waste manpower. And of course, you just get a full health squad in return, so I would actually recommend that. Half track for safety first. A.Ban, while he has gone for like double machine guns, he appears not interested in the ambush camouflage for them, which is definitely a bit odd if true, or he might have thought he'd done that, and then it actually hasn't. That's also happened. British forces with American support pushing in. It seems like they're focusing on Asher in the south here. Half the almost done. Mines exploding. After they're being sent to the front line. There's up north, more pioneer for engineers, Symbiosis. We've lost the scouts. Need to retreat the machine gun team there. Oh dear. Nations have a heavier barrages that definitely make an impact here on A.Ban. Looks like I'm trying to use the Benny to match with it. Go. Nice save there by A.Ban. Now we got safety first rushing in here. Grenadiers supported by the Mittelschützen Panzerwagen rushing into the flank of the Allies. Good play there by Safety First. Comes up. Backs away from Panzer Grenadiers for A.Ban. Some more section support there. White phosphorus rounds. They've been ripped apart here by half-track fire. Grenadiers doing what they can here. Half-track as well here for A.Ban. North you got pioneers poking about.
Weapon teams shall receive ambush training.
And there you go. Fine, remember to pick the ambush training for that machine gun. For those machine guns. Escalating them there, I suppose. Half-track's achieved veterans one already. Honestly, I think with the way he's been playing, laying down some regal mines in good position, I think actually much more beneficial. Completely derail an allied light naval counterattack. Honestly, I think he should lay down regal mines to just skip the Sturm there personally and get out some panzer
Territory sector lost.
But it's just me.
You have 3 command points.
He's getting more than equal to actually too. I mean, Ash is getting some good mileage out of his machine guns. I will say he's definitely pushed them a bit far there. Doing away in the front here as well. Good upgrades. Going for it. Paratroop lined up with Symbiosis can also airdrop 30 cals. So far it's not going through any of them. Anti-tank guns for Demolition Hammer. Then we got Safety First, Sturmer there. And A.Ban. Pals ready there. Riding the Germans with a fair amount there of, you know, lighter self-propelled artillery well. Anyways. And they're going to give this weapon the flamethrowers drop, but can A.Ban. spot it because it's basically hidden here behind the tree, so basically it's like pull the cursor over here. We need to like playing at a different angle there, so otherwise it is very difficult to spot this, so I would not blame A.Ban. all there for this. That is a terrible spot to get a weapon drop there. Panzer in here for Asher. Machine gun wiped out. Need to get that crewed up swiftly before the hands of the Americans would be quite painful there so far. The Germans are leading quite well.
Our brave infantry
And he's been wiped out. Ash is taking some heavy losses here. Need to go for his infantry, obviously. He's got the Panzers almost ready. Ash, Safety First still not bothering with any. I know Panzer Grenadier. You think he'd go for them, especially since he's the one more regularly facing the crits. I'd definitely say Panzer is great there. Section almost wiped. There we go. We got Symbiosis dropping in paratroopers. Where he's. Oh, he wasn't in paratroopers. What's next to tank? Mine's good. That's it. Actually need to get this machine gun back. It's so low and healthy, it's definitely ill-advised to keep it there. And this machine gun also wants to do being withdrawn here and healed up. Manpower for Safety First. Okay, bunker on the way. I was about to say, looks like he's setting up for the Stub D with Starstorm call in already. Not really a bad idea though. That one needs to get the victory point to get the plot bleed going on the Allies. As for the Allies, been Humber out there. Light vehicles are going to put some pressure on the Germans there. As for Symbiosis, I'm guessing he's going to try and rush for the tank depot. And the machine guns are definitely like way exposed here for A.Ban. I mean, 2 machine guns, low on health, down to 2 men. At this timing here, not great. And particularly when you know your opponent has artillery, this is a really bad call there by A.Ban. Yeah, he's going to try and get away with it, but you can see that it's way too late now. This is like one of those crucial elements you have to keep in mind there. When like machine guns this low in health, there is you don't really have a lot of room then to get out of a bad situation at all. So you really need to get them out there before, you know, the stuffing hits the fan. And unfortunately for A.Ban. is definitely way too slow in getting them out at the time. And then the second enemy foe to up again, no time to react. You really should not have, you know, support weapons. Or for that matter, infantry at the front line performing actual frontline duties that low in health. They need to retreat sooner than that. Similarly here, you need to get the Panzers up before it's too late. It's definitely need to work on this unit preservation by a fat margin.
I'll kill those bastards myself!
So, definitely some room for improvement. There you go. Stub D with Starstorm called in here for Safety First. A.Ban. rushing straight ahead here for the next tier. Panzer Company on the way. Meanwhile, we got Demolition Hammer here swinging in here at Safety First. Sturmel packing overwhelmed. Lack of infantry here.
Commander, victory point lost.
Blinding shot, definitely not bad. Still being called into our mess with Germans. There you go. Sturmel gets a great hit in the bunched up low health sections there. Keeps at it. Really also bad call there by Demolition-Hammer, similarly to what A.Ban did with his machine guns and panzer grenadiers. Definitely should have kept them around them when they're so low on health here. There you go. Stuart either starts riding forwards. On the south, you can see A.Ban somewhat needs stabilization control, but again, this machine gun still needs to be reinforced to full health. Please get some grenadiers to merge with it. More panzer grenadiers for A.Ban on the north section routed as the Studian starts to roll in. Got Bookers out here for Demolition-Hammer, adding in some mighty Nepalese elite infantry. Machine gun on health again, finally treating it here, though now we got air shells again. Once more, A.Ban kind of pushing his machine guns there into unhealthy territory. And go entering again the Stug D. Safety first, definitely need to be careful there.
The adversary is trying. The enemy has taken a victory point.
So far, pretty close on both in terms of casualties and victory points. Not too shabby there. Coming in half with the Stug D going for the lone section there, flare spot.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Huntergun's going to be charging in here. Big push here by A.Ban support with the Sturmel. Maybe a machine gun, who knows? But there you go. Machine gun there kept from A.Ban. They're of course already putting a big halt into the assault here. Certainly punishing him for again not finishing sooner. Do get smoke from the Sturmel, but a bit late to the party there. Up north, I feel like safety first could be a bit more active. They digress. Then we got another air dropping in here for Symbiosis. A.Ban advancing. Might see some Starstorm out of him though. With the amount of fuel he has, in fact, the Germans have an immense amount of fuel. He needs to go for like Panther Force now. Even the Sturmpanzer, I think, would like to work out for him. Compared to the Allies, if far behind him feels. Sturmpanzer might actually be an excellent pick here with A.Ban power. A Panther Force, I think, also hold it. Right again, thumbs up. Let's get that pencil off as soon as possible. Support here on the flank. Again, sectioning in multi by the Sturmel and the Starstorm. There goes Starstorm in trouble. He needs to get out there. Low on health. Okay, we do get a merge, but even then, the grenadiers themselves are low on health. So it's not like a big extension of the combat ability of the Starstorm. And there go merge. I think again, but Sturmel knocked out. Great here, of course, the Allies removes one significant tool piece of safety's first tool kit. As he lacks the ability now to deploy smoke screens easily for that one, for example. Sturmel is getting blasted. Safety first there, definitely needs to, like, you know, maybe live up to his name a bit south side. Machine and plenty of other Panthers. Sturmel knocked out. That is the second Sturmel in a matter of moments here. Destroyed, and there you go. Loses the first machine gun. Needs to get that one out there as well. But no, he keeps at it. Regardless, he gets to work shredding the Americans. Come on, Jürgen, don't be such a baby. Just gets fits off some Maschinengewehr. But he's all over the Gewehr. Just do it. Grinds it up here. Definitely, I think a bad call there by A.Ban. Again, there's a sense of danger here. Needs to be worked on. Wait, did he cancel it?
An MG-42 has been decrewed. Do not let it fall into enemy hands.
Weird.
Grenadier squad has been
And it's what?
destroyed.
Only just Panzer Grenadiers. You got another Stug D call in here by safety first, with more stars, so more Stug Ds. Is quite the commitment. And A.Ban actually going down the left-hand branch suddenly with the battle group. They're not going in for the King Tiger right away. I don't know, that seems a bit weird to just cancel that. Still, the Germans are holding on here. But otherwise, you know, recently 50-50 split here. Neither side really having a major advantage in some respects, though. Again, we can see the A.Ban polls. Unit preservation leaves a bit to the side. It's not impossible here that, you know, safety first is effectively doing more of the work. Even the A.Ban poll isn't completely like stuff, but I do think he needs to work on his unit preservation. doesn't let loose the Gurkhas. The Thompsons though falling short before the mighty MD42 Stu D's letting loose as well there. And we got Ashubanipal with the debuff Stuka. I think that's a nice attempt here. I'll have to say how effective it's going to be here. Creates the Stu D and the one is going to get guaranteed a damage. St. John's got a section here as well wide, but no, falls short. Still good push here by him. Meanwhile, west side though, Ashubanipal might have wanted to use that ability for himself as he pushes into enemy territory. 2 Panthers will to their mind, too late. The Pioneers went left support. Put mining, of course, out of Symbiosis. Some Germans getting a bit of lead and casualties now with the Allies. Sturm Panzer 4 all the way there for Ashubanipal. Stu D knocked out here for safety first. Good to get that Sussum squad out there as well. Assault here for Ashubanipal continues as Allied lines in the Symbiosis are completely scattered and crumbled. Risky push there by Ashubanipal, but he clearly assesses risk very differently from the rest of us. Just only grabbing that other side there, very good. Sturmpanzer's almost done for him as well there. Need to get that Stu D fixed up, obviously. Get out some more armor, maybe some Stu Gs. There you go. Sturmpanzer V out here for Ashubanipal. Really only called Brumba by the Western Allies. The Germans just called the Stupa. Oh, nice time grenade. He actually predicts when we move to the building. He actually got a pretty decent hit there off with it as well. Thumbs up to Ashubanipal. That was actually pretty solid. Lines as well here from the Germans slowing down the British counterattack here. On the Sturmpanzer V to the front line with its 150mm gun. This time blowing apart bunkers and buildings. The Sturm Tiger would be designed for blowing up party time blocks and bunkers. Fun thing. Pressure assault wave here, a lot of grenadiers, a lot of Starsturm. Of course, one of the Starsturm squads already vets into 2, which is definitely bad news for any Allied infantry who crosses the way. Mine spotted this, he definitely cleared that so it doesn't like accidentally set it off. In a heated moment. He needs to get out of there, something else. Looks like he's not quite paying attention there. Bit of an oversight there by Ashubanipal. Symbiosis with the tank depot. Shouldn't send him trouble getting overwhelmed by American or British forces under Demo.Ham. We got another 6-pounder gun for him as well. Tank depot cancelled, rebuilt again here for Symbiosis. Interesting choice.
The Stuka pilots are ready to terrorize enemy forces.
I don't think he swept the mine, but he's moving the Pioneers, so he should be able to spot it and deal with it. No? There you go. Debuff thing there as well. Allied Axis lead in terms of catching free, but they got now the Allies. Symbiosis Demolition Hammer still having some difficulties now. Panther 4 there, almost on Ashubanipal. Of course, might want to consider some Starsturm as well, at least some more Panzer Grenadiers. So now he's about to look like he's going to lose both of them here. Ashubanipal's infantry preservation is definitely starting to look very much Fanaven-like. I'm diving in here, but yeah, definitely could avoid losing those Panzer Grenadiers, I think. He needs to place his troops, and we got safety first here with a massive manpower for it. Like, is he just going to keep calling in Stu D's with Starsturm, or what is he planning here? Perhaps he's planning to call in a Panther. At this point, he's actually at the point we could call in another Stu D with Starsturm and then call in a Panther.
Confirmed. Enemy have 300
time to go. Panther supporting. He shoots webs. We've got grenades off in the Sturmpanzer. About to lose the Sturmpanzer. Almost had the Rascal retreat with the Sturmpanzer. That is a hell of a shot. Yeah, Ash's unit preservation once more completely falls through the floor here, taking massive losses. Safety first moving in there. He's floating 1,000 manpower. Definitely needs to pick up the pace here. Sturmpanzer kaput. More Panzer gunners for Ashubanipal. Definitely some room there for improvement in the teamwork. Just Banipal and safety first. Particular safety first, I'd say, not Banipal, is a bit so reactive and like actually getting up his teammate there. Got the Hummer though.
MD42 has been decrewed. Do not let
Definitely
it
something
fall
that could be
into
worked
enemy
on.
hands.
Panther was almost done again. Could have gone for Starstorm. There you go. Panther calling for safety first. He's got the resources for the Stu D almost there as well.
50 points left.
There's no point to float that much resources, honestly.
Pioneers standing by.
They can call another Stu D once to with more Starstorm. He can sort of size. I mean, that would give him 3 Starstorm scores, which probably would be a bit of a nightmare for a lot of infantry. Still haven't got much tech left in Mission Hammer. Pressure from the Germans, the fuel economy is really hurting them. He's about to get knocked out. Another Panther with a bunny pal.
Stuka pilots are ready to terrorize enemy forces.
51st just continue to flood resources here. Panther Alst will be on the scene.
We shall reinforce all squads that require it.
That's a problem. Knock out the Stu D. That shot bounced. Trying to get within range beneath that machine there. Nap again from Bunny Pal there earlier. Stu D down. Propagandacast too late here to assist. Bit of appreciate he is trying. And we got the Hummel there. Oh, not Hummel, but the Vesper. And he actually called in a second Panther. That's double Panthers here for safety first. Also lost a lot of his grenadiers, not just one grenadier, but 2 Starstorms also. Maybe lost for the Germans pretty rampantly. And also I think all these anti-tank guns and no tanks. Double Panthers does not make an awful lot of sense. If these were closer to actual Panthers when they tried to deal with infantry, sure. But, you know, in-game Panthers? Eh. That doesn't really add up, to be honest. If they had some actual decent anti-infantry ability, sure, but they obviously don't. Then you have like a high explosive shelter ability to basically briefly level to operate like actual tanks. I do think this is not ideal calling for safety first even remotely. Honestly, it would make a lot more sense just call in more Stu Ds with Starstorm at this point. That made infinitely more sense. Instead, the Panthers is... I mean, they're going to be tickling the enemy infantry from time to time, maybe inflicting an actual casualty. But for the most part, for the sheer amount of resources invested into these 2 Panthers, like, it's not going to be, like, you know, equal to, like, you know, what is, you know, going to come out of them against what's currently, like, what the enemy's flying at them. I mean, the Starstorm with 2 D-Callings are absolutely going to be outperforming, you know, Panthers, I mean, the remaining Starstorm. I mean, the Stu Ds are, at this point, long gone. Oh, grenade assault!
The enemy has claimed our territory for their own.
Luke is gone. Pushing up north, really up Manu now. Safety first of all, they're very good. Best, but I mean, it's definitely going to provide some nice artillery support for the Germans. That's definitely something that's useful, and if anything, more useful than Panthers as well currently. You could also just go for 2 of those. Instead of 2 Panthers. And maybe even, like, you know, had another Stu D that's also ready to call in. I mean, the resource lead the Germans had so long, really means, like, you know, the Panthers, I mean, they got nothing to do. The Allies don't have, like, enough fuel to, like, require 2 Panthers. Like, they just don't have it. It is such a mismatch here for safety first. I can get the Panthers cool and all, but unfortunately, it is not designed or balanced as an actual tank. It's still stuck within this sort of weird pseudo anti-tank territory that just isn't an actual combat mode. Which again means, like, you know, this is such a massive waste of resources. Germans will still have a good victory point despite the massive casualties.
Grenadiere have been deployed to the front.
They just keep piling on Asher Bunny pilots. They probably realize to some extent, I mean, Asher's probably the weaker link here. The 2, though, again, if they realize again the other guy just gone for 2 Panthers, they might actually gang up on him instead, which honestly would make sense. And 2 Panthers against opponents' forces, primarily made up of infantry and anti-tank guns, is about as big as a mismatch, which you can probably get in CoH currently. Like, the only way this could have been a bigger mismatch is one that gone for, like, Panzerjäger and called in an elephant against this. That's probably the only way they could have, like, a bigger mismatch. Engaging. Got an actual casualty inflicted, very nice, but honestly, you've been better off to spend the resources taking out for Panther 4s than Storm Panthers. Meanwhile, in the south, actually holding up well. They are starting to focus more on safety first again. Might just be again they realised, hang on, this guy went double Panthers. Which I mean, would be a very much legitimate reason then to go after him.
The enemy has taken our territory.
Got until the calling on the Starstorm, ace level coming in. They've got an ambulance here ready now, actually for safety first. Thumbs up. Ashley losing a Panther Pod. We've got 279, 146. Group receivers, the Starstorm, they are actually free. These Gurkhas of 82 and low on health. Grenadiers are getting shredded here. CoH3 safety first, losing remaining Grenadiers 48. Shermans for Symbiosis, Foot Guards for Demolition. Now, at least now the Panthers might see a bit more usage. Of course, the dust back the question about Symbiosis going might be using its bait, I guess, trying to draw the Panther into the entanglement. We're about to see the A-Stars get wiped out here. That'd be a huge hit here for the Allies. But no, the Panthers come in there and actually achieve something, but at least just shoving around the section. We can't get a clear shot at it, which I really feel like says something about the worth of these Panthers with the biggest impact they can't in that sense have there. It's not the damage, but the fact that you just shove around the section. Oi! Knock it off! I'm trying to kill your mates! Good guards down there for Demolition Hammer. A lot of Panthers with the Vasher Banning Pod clearing out a fan of the Starstorm. Safety first, finally taking out here. Even Banipal is kind of realizing double Panthers with all that infantry is quite frankly not very good. Yeah, again, if you really want to go for Panthers, cool, but you know, they're not really going to achieve a lot against this kind of force here. Is it a shame? Obviously. I mean, I get, you know, why you want to go for Panthers, but again, they're not really going to achieve much. Not against a primarily infantry force. Like, actual Panthers definitely do a lot more of his infantry than these guys. But guards, unfortunately, finding the entire foray, they're hit with bomb grenades getting ripped apart here. Germans finally, you know, we got the Panthers actually achieving something. Going for the Sherman here. Until rain down death here. Ripping apart the Allied lines. Fantastic work. 140 feet, 145. Dropping it off here. I mean, you know, at least they finally did something. You know, something significant. And now they're back to just being expensive hits.
Our infantry will be reinforced automatically. The enemy has taken a victory point.
Rocket straight for the Symbiosis. Demolition Hammer is so far the one getting demolished, though quite aggressive with the Germans. The Foot Guards.
Territory sector lost.
Panther 4 down, another single to Asher Banipal. The Allies sort of, you know, pushing on map control. I mean, Demolition Hammer is definitely, to some extent, leaving more of the fighting to Symbiosis push around. We got 17 pounder gun from repaired here. I mean, I could definitely make these Panthers into scrap metal very fast.
Our anti-tank gun is out of commission.
An anti-tank gun. Panthers, of course, not really affecting the infantry much. I mean, they're getting some damage in from time to time, but again, not particularly efficient choices. Storm Panther for safety first. Airborne sheltering down death here, Foot Guards going in.
Pioneer infantry killed.
Pioneers white, stinging blow there to the Allies. 137, 139. Sherman again here for Symbiosis. As for Demolition Hammer, I mean, what happens if he actually goes for tanks? And even then the question is, like, what do you go for? I mean, you probably have to go for Granted because the Crusader thing, they can't work out. The Matilda thing is going to be a bit of a doubt, but the Crusaders could work. I think at this point, his option might just go for some 17-pounder guns. We can fault him.
Stuka pilots are ready to terrorize enemy
As for
forces.
A.Ban, I'm assuming he's just going to somehow try and get towards the King Tiger. The runner's going for another Sturmpanzer. Sherman right around the corner here for Symbiosis. We got 237, 119. Allies 704 behind here. Need to get something done here soon. Their reconnaissance. Safety first, definitely taking a safety first approach to getting his Panzer out of range. Clearly anticipating something up north here. Grenades here and there you go, pushing back. Stars from both squads withdrawn here.
Bomb bears fueled and ready for target.
Sturmpanzer ready. Germans are taking onto the center here. Symbiosis. Similarly, I think trying to force a larger engagement here and knock out maybe the Axis armor if they overcommit to it. And so far, it does seem to be working here. Good joining in. Got another section flanking in here, perhaps. Firing down death here from the Vespers. The flanks here. Get the engines a bit closer. There we go. 17-pounder gun for Demolition Hammer. Second Sturmpanzer arriving here, this time from A.Ban.
Enemy forces have claimed our
Gurkhas,
territory.
though. Yeah, they're going to go down. Clearly wasn't anticipating the Sturmpanzer there. Quite painful blow there to Demolition Hammer. Obviously wasn't entirely like that. Gurkhas, though, ace level. Absolute champs of ripping through the ultimate hit by the Sturmpanzer. Still, the Allies seem to be making some progress in the center here against the Axis forces despite all the guns they have arrayed. In fact, we've got a triple cap now here from the Allies. Husar charge here. Eventually doesn't pay attention. Oh, got him here. They're gone. Oh, no. Satchel wipe.
We are losing our grasp.
17-pounder gun being thrown into position here. Great shot on the Panther, and if safety first is just such right, it could cost them. Just get a lucky shot with the attack round. Yeah. So that is definitely announced its presence now. We got Symbiosis quickly swinging southwards here. Now there's definitely more of a gap here. It's the southern lines. He's quickly swinging in there. Leaving the center and the extent north here to the Demolition Hammer. Basically figuring that, you know, with two Panthers, safety first isn't as much of an offensive threat right now as it could
We have
be.
lost the sector.
Ensure there's a Sturmpanzer and some infantry, but oh, never mind me then. Swing in there as Demolition Hammer wasn't quite ready to defend. There you go. 17-pounder cleared up. Oh, he's going to have to rush it back here. I mean, he had the right idea. This is clearly that Demolition Hammer wasn't quite living up to the ideals of it. You get a quick counter-attack now. Gurkha's charging in there. Lenko's being chucked. 17-pounder gun abandoned. You got the stars from the east level of the rest of the Gurkhas. They're still on help. Got more Lenkos, but it doesn't stop the Gurkhas. He's breathing in like it's just breath mints in aerosol form and falls away the stars to them. 135 is 94.
We have lost control.
Allied forces beating out the Axis here pretty fast. A.Ban needs... He's going for the King Tiger now, absolutely. Königsjäger on the way. Maybe we can make it work now. And there you go, Gurkhas putting up a continued fierce and heroic fight that will surely earn them a lot of victorious crosses. So the MD-42 arrives, at which point it's not really that important on that now, is it? Another Sherman there for Symbiosis and just Fahrtland. Casualties hitting the high end here with about 500, slowly now moving into 600 casualties. Like roughly half an hour.
King Tiger deploying.
There you go, Königsjäger is in from the final 4th Schwerer Panzerabteilung. 2nd Schwerer Panzer Company, another 17-pounder gun here for Demolition Hammer. We got the Asher trying to extend the Reich's front line here against the Allies, but it is coming at a quite cost to A.Ban. Again. 17-pounder gun doing what he can here. Starts them rolling in front of the MD-42, and there we go, grenades as well, and they both pop. Shock assault, which also makes biggies in some ways to deal with, obviously. Machine gun flank, there you go. Starstorm as foot guards, Reiki Sexman could fire off grenade off here. We could see a wipe. They're wiped. Repeat, wide, massive blow there to safety first down to now next to the infantry now. It's German diving in here. 115 versus 94. King Tiger on the move, but unsupported on his own. We got a Panther being shifted here towards the Sherman as well there. As safety first, our man is just desperate to try and make those Panthers look a lot less like a terrible investment. Cover. 115 versus 94. Got a Sturmpanzer fear there. 17 pounder gun doing absolutely Churchill's work there. 6 pounder guns here. And one's particularly the same gun he goes there. Oh, we got a rocket drop, and unfortunately missed here. Asher Bunny Pal there just driving ahead here, not giving a toss. There you go, anti-tank rate. Unfortunately, King Tiger still gets overwhelmed here. Center. Safety first, force back. He got 115 as 94. King Tiger's about to go kaput, unfortunately, or fortunately, with the Allies.
Victory point is under
That's
enemy
been rushing it. Asher Bunny Pal trying his best to save his beleaguered Königsdieger. But it looks like it does survive with how much left? 9 points left. Talk about a close one for King Tiger. Allied forces rushing in here. Gurkhas cutting down. Got the remaining Starstorm squad.
We have 100 points left.
Massive blow. The Panthers just not really doing anything, as you might notice, against the infantry. And gets knocked out. Shem going for the King Tiger. Might just
Pioneers
be
are reporting for duty.
GG.
Pioneer infantry killed. The enemy is striking
There
into
you go,
an
GG,
infantry
game over.
company. Signal for retreat.
GG, game over. GG, game over. Oh, a brutal match there. Axis, I think, in many cases, were actually quite close to pulling through, but there was definitely a lack of coordination between the two, which I several times, definitely gave the Allies a big upper hand, but also just, why would you go for 2 Panthers? Again, if you like Panthers, go for 1, but don't go for bloody well 2. Like, unless your opponent is guaranteed to have a lot of tanks, you don't go for 2 Panthers, especially when you've been holding most of the field, most of the match. 2 Panthers are like just giving your opponent the entire game away almost, and they kind of did. Even then, those kind of close, but still, 2 Panthers just don't do the job. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed the match. I've learned something from it. I really hope you learned something. This is Imperial Ancient. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.